Welcome to a new edition of Rick Answers His Email. We have a few paid questions today, so I'm going to put up a video first time in a while because no one has paid to get their questions answered. And unfortunately, I don't have time to answer questions unless I get a little bit of an incentive. And it is a very small incentive, but I appreciate the folks who went ahead and did that. First up is Anita from Canada. She wants to know how to back up email from Firefox Thunderbird, which is Mozilla Thunderbird, and she wants to know how to open DBX files. First thing is, you cannot open a DBX file. Any kind of database file has to be opened by the program it was created in. A DBX happens to be an Outlook Express file. You can look at the DBX files by importing them into Outlook Express if you have Windows XP, or Windows Mail, or Windows Live Mail if you have Vista or Windows 7. Now, the first part of your question is how to back up on Thunderbird. So we're going to pull up Thunderbird here. You're going to click Tools, and then you're going to click Account Settings right here. Under your account settings, you're going to see an option that says Server Settings. You're going to click it, and then right down here in the lower right-hand corner, you're going to see where it says Local Directory. That is where you're going to find all of your files that are saved in Thunderbird, no matter what version of Windows you're using. The easy way to get to this location, since it's a long free-flowing directory address, is get in here and highlight with your mouse the entire address, right-click it, copy, or you can do your Control-C. Then you're going to open up a Windows Explorer window, and I'm going to right-click in the address bar and paste. And that'll paste in that address you copied from Thunderbird. Hit Enter. There are your files from your Thunderbird. So usually I go up a directory to the mail directory, and then you can just copy this entire directory over to your flash drive or DVD or however you want to do it. If you're doing it to a flash drive, you'll just right click, send to, and then just choose the drive letter that it needs to go to, and you're backed up. Make sure Thunderbird is closed before you do this. So Anita, thanks very much for the question, and I hope that helps you out. Next question comes from Bill in Illinois, and Bill asks, out of nowhere, YouTube screens are blank with no play buttons, so for now nothing on YouTube works for him, just a black screen and the title of the video above. I've tried messing around with the browser, reinstalled Internet Explorer 8, was thinking of reinstalling XP. He may have to do a System Restore. What should he do? Well, Bill, you did the last suggestion is the first thing you should try, which is a System Restore. Best thing to do is go to my website, helpmerick.com, and on the right-hand side under my top tips, these are the most common things people ask me, is use this tip right here, how to use System Restore. And this will give you the play-by-play on exactly how to use System Restore. Go back to at least 3 or 4 days, maybe even a week before you had the problem, and it's more than likely going to be solved. I would also suggest, you're not going to lose any data by doing this, you'll read that in the tip. I would also suggest going to adobe.com and download the new copy of Flash Player, and that should also help you with your YouTube problems. And lastly, I might suggest that instead of Internet Explorer, you use Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox. And lastly, we have a couple questions from Jane, and one of her questions is regarding Mozilla Thunderbird, and she says it's indexing too much, and she doesn't understand why. So I'm going to have you do a couple of things, Jane. First, get offline. Shut your internet off before you go into Thunderbird so that we can try to do this troubleshooting. Next, you're going to click Start All Programs, go to your Thunderbird folder, and make sure you choose Mozilla Thunderbird with Safe Mode. And the reason you want to go into Thunderbird with Safe Mode is you don't want any plugins or any other settings to get in the way of what we're about to do. So since you're offline when you do this, you're going to go into File, and the first thing you're going to do is empty the trash, number one. After you empty the trash, number two, go to compact the folders. By compacting the folders, that should rearrange the database in Thunderbird so that it can work more efficiently. It could take quite a while depending on how much mail and how many folders you have, but let it finish doing all of the compacting. Shut down Thunderbird. You can reopen it in the normal mode, get back online, and try again. Jane had a second question about Avast antivirus, which I'm now recommending for folks with Windows XP, but she's not sure what's going on. She's had a problem with Windows shutting down. She says she tried uninstalling AVG. She's not sure if she got it all off. And she also put on Microsoft Security Essentials. So you didn't read the tip very well. You only want one of those products on your computer at a time, specifically with Windows XP. Make sure that you're only downloading either Avast or the Microsoft Security. With XP, I would want you to have just the Avast. And Jane, to make sure that you got the AVG completely off of your computer, go to this website and make sure you download the AVG removal tool, and that would be this tool right here, the AVG remover. That'll make sure that all of the items of AVG have been indeed removed from your computer, and then you should be able to move on. Good luck. Well, that's it for all the paid questions for this week. Had all these folks in here left a little $1 or $5 donation or more, they could have had their questions answered as well. But unless we get to them on the radio show or the podcast, unfortunately they will sit there unanswered. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk with you soon.